Welcome everyone. Here we are in Sequoia National Park at Lake Isabella in beautiful Central California. Today we're going to do a Pilates workout with a Pilates ball. We're going to focus on our core area and also a bit of extra arm work and leg work integrated into this routine. So let's start ourselves down on the mat. So we're going to come into sitting, and I just want to do some basic exercises focused on squeezing this ball. So let's extend our arms out with the Pilates ball in between our arms, in between the palms of our hands, and just take a nice deep inhale and squeeze that ball with the exhale. And inhale, release. And inhale, exhale, tuck that belly button in, squeeze the ball as much as you can. Really feel the pressure. Engage those abs and then release. And let's do this 3 more times, just getting used to that feeling of squeezing the ball and how we're engaging the abs. You're extending your torso up nice and long and relax. 2 more to go. And relax. And last one, squeeze that ball. And now relax. Let's now take the ball in between our feet. We're placing it between our ankles. I'd like you to just sit up nice and tall. Bring those shoulders back, shoulder blades down, tuck the belly button in. And with your legs extended long, flat on the mat, squeeze the ball between your legs. Exhale and squeeze and release. And now again, let's squeeze. Engage those lower pelvic floor muscles. And now release. And again, squeeze and release. And let's do this 3 more times. Squeeze and release. And last 2, squeeze that ball in between the feet. Really engage those pelvic floor muscles. And now release. And now last 1, squeeze and exhale. Release that breath through the mouth and relax. Let's come up to the V position, squeezing the ball as we're up in the V position, bringing your hands out by your side. Hold this position for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's try that 2 more times. Again, trying to squeeze the ball as you come up. Coming up, exhale, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and coming down. All right, let's try that 1 more time. And coming up and tucking that belly button in, extending that torso long, extend those arms out, hold this, squeeze as much as you can. Use those pelvic floor muscles. You got this. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and coming down. Great work, everyone. Let's come back to placing that ball in between your hands, and we're going to roll ourselves down, all the way down. Bring the hands up, squeeze, and then bring yourself up with that squeeze, reaching all the way across your legs. And now let's come down again and squeeze that ball, and then coming all the way up with the exhale. Try this 3 more times, and we're coming all the way down and all the way back up. Exhale. Remembering we're using the abs, we've got 2 more to pull ourselves all the way up. And let's do 1 more. And coming up. And relax. Placing that ball between your feet again. We're coming down all the way onto the mat, flat back. We're in neutral position. Our back is flat on the mat. Bringing the ball up for an exhale, and then coming down. Exhale, bringing that ball up, and inhale, coming down. Exhale, coming up, and inhale, coming down. Tuck that belly button in. Really engage those core muscles as you come up, and use those pelvic floor muscles to squeeze the ball. Let's do 2 more like this, and exhale, and inhale, coming down. And last one, and relax. Adjust that ball if you need to. Make sure it's firmly between the heels of your feet. We're going to come up and do 10 circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and coming down. Make sure you tuck that belly button in as you come up. You don't want this to come into your lower back. You're not using your back to support you. You're using your abs. Let's come up and go in the other direction. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and coming down. That's hard work, but we're going to do that one more time each side. Taking a nice deep inhale, preparing yourself, and now exhale, coming up. Make sure you breathe through this. We got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and coming down. Let's do that again one last time, going in the opposite direction. So we're coming up. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Great work, everyone. That was looking really strong. Really proud of you. Now let's bring the ball underneath our feet, firmly underneath the base of your feet. You're going to come up for some hip lifts, so some bridges. Let's come up, all the way up, using that ball to balance on, and then coming down. And exhale, coming up, and coming down. Let's exhale, nice and strong, big lift with those pelvic bones reaching for the sky, and coming down. Let's do 3 more, like this, and then we'll add a little challenge. Coming up, and now coming down. And last 2. And now with the last one, I'd like you to come up nice and high and extend those legs out, and then bring them back in. Let's do that for 5. We've got 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and coming up again. Let's lift those hips up high, and now come down. Great work, everybody. Let's try that one more time. That really works our hamstrings. We have to use our abs to keep us nice and high. Keep those hips lifted if you can. I know it's natural for us to sink down. It's okay if you do, but we're just going to try even harder this time to keep those lifts in those hips. Let's go. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. Great work, everyone. Coming down. Let's take that ball, bring it in between our knees now, where we have our knees in line with our hips. We're going to just practice this movement for a moment by squeezing that ball together between our knees. You really can feel those pelvic floor muscles working when you do this. Exhale, and release. And now exhale, really squeeze between the knees. Again, let's do 3 more like this before we add a bit of challenge. And release, and exhale, and release. And now we've got 1 more, and release. I'd like you this time, as you exhale and squeeze, extend those legs up and squeeze. And then coming down, extending up, squeeze between the knees, and coming down. And exhale, and coming down. Let's do 3 more. Exhale, extending the legs up, and coming down. And exhale, and coming down. All right, keeping that ball where it is. Let's try something a little bit different. Let's squeeze the ball and come over to one side, and then bring those knees back up to center. You can bring your arms down to the side if you need a little bit of extra support. And coming to the side, the opposite side, and now coming up. Remember, we're squeezing that ball as we twist ourselves over, bringing in a little bit of oblique work here, and coming up. And exhale, coming down, and inhale, coming up. Let's do 2 more each side, and coming up, and coming over to the other side again. Really squeeze it there, hold it, and then come up. We've got 1 more each side. Keep those knees in line with your hips, and let's do 1 more, and coming back to center. Grabbing the ball and coming up, flipping yourself around. Let's start by warming ourselves up, or warming our arms up a little bit, coming into some planks with our hands on either side of the ball. We're placing our feet behind us, coming onto our tippy toes. If you can't come up onto your tippy toes, you can stay on your knees here. Let's come up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and coming down. And let's do this 3 more times. Exhale, tucking that belly button to spine. We've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and coming down. All right, we've got 2 more like this. And exhale, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep that bum down the entire time. We've got 1 more. Let's do this nice and strong. Coming up. Exhale, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's add a bit of challenge this time. You know what it is. It's push-up. So we're going to come up, coming down into a push-up. Push yourself up and then relax. Let's do that again. We're coming up, coming down into a push-up, and then coming up and relax. Let's do this 3 more times. Let's do 5 push-ups here. We can do this. And we come down and up. That's 3. We've got 2 more. And we come up into a plank and then down and coming up. And let's do 1 more push-up. You've got this. You're strong. You're building that arm strength. You're building that core strength. And we're coming up. Great work, everybody. And now I'd like you to come down onto your belly. Let's do a little bit of work using that lower back, placing those hands on a diamond shape on top of your ball. We're pressing up with the triceps here, so we're getting a little bit of extra tricep work too. And I'd like you to come down onto your elbows and then come back up. Let's do this in a nice rhythm here. We're coming up and coming down with the inhale, coming up with the exhale. Let's do 3 more like this. And 2 more. And last one. And relax. Coming onto your knees, extending your knees wide, placing your toes together. Let's just stretch out that back for a moment before we do our last exercise. Really just take some nice deep breaths here. Allow your heart rate to come down for a moment. And coming up. I'd like you to come onto the ball with both hands. We're going to extend our right leg out while balancing on this ball, and then bring that leg in. And now extend your left leg out and bringing it in. Making sure your knees are underneath your hip bones and taking it nice and slow. Exhale, coming up, and inhale, coming in. And exhale, and inhale. And let's do that 2 more times each side. And nice and slow, really maintain that balance. Try not to move those hips too much. And this is our last one. And relax, taking the ball and now placing it underneath your knees. So we're doing the opposite. We're balancing on our knees while lifting our arms up. Might take a little bit extra work here. Really engage those abs as you lift those arms up, alternating your arms, bringing them so that they are in line with your shoulder. Keeping those toes down. If you want to add a little bit of challenge, lift those toes up. Look how much more challenge that provides. You're really now balancing on that ball as you bring that arm up. Use those abs to maintain that balance. You've got this. And let's do 1 more each side, making sure you're challenging yourself each time. And now coming down, and let's finish off with bringing that ball underneath your right hand, extending your left leg out. Your knee is bent, and we're just going to do some leg lifts here, and then basic leg lifts for 10. And that's 5. We got 5 more. And 4. And 3. And 2. So by using the ball, we have to use our obliques a little bit more here. And 1. Now let's do some kicks. So we're kicking forward, nice and control for 10. And really engage those abs. Maintain that balance. Don't move those hips too much. And 5. We got 5 more. 5. 4, 3, 2, and 1, and coming down, switching over to the other side, and just basic leg lifts. You might find one side is a little bit more balanced than the other. And we've got 5 to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now let's do some kicks. So we're kicking forward. We got 1 and 2 and 3. You can feel you're using both obliques here, those with your bottom arm and those on your top side. And we got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And let's just finish off with a mermaid using the ball. So I'd like you to bring that arm out, placing the ball in one hand, and we're just going to reach over, placing the ball in the opposite hand, coming down, touching the mat, and then switching sides. Exhale as you come over. And remember, we're reaching over, placing the ball and the opposite hand, and touching down. Nice extra challenge of coordination here. And let's just do one more each side. And finishing off with this side. And coming down with the ball. Let's bring our shoulders back. Sitting nice and tall here. Appreciate that alignment. Appreciate that work you've done to your abs. Using your legs and your arms in this workout today. A nice full body, simple, short workout for you. I hope you enjoyed today's workout. I sure did have fun. If you'd like to do some more workouts like that, please join me in some of my other videos. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel.